Good morning, everybody. I am not a member of the board, but I'm here to do the announcements because I have some very special news. Charlie Schultz and I co-chaired the auction, and yeah. We had a fabulous team: Sarah Thomas, Carol Cassavant, Bill Fitzgerald, he did the food, and Karen Crumpton, and of course Hale Huber, and Donna Rosh, and Lori Miller. Who could forget Lori Miller? She brought the beer and the wine, so yay. All right, so I have an announcement. Everybody has been asking me, and now it's official, and I can tell you that thanks to our generous donors, that means you, and our supportive sponsors, and our hardworking volunteers, again, many of you, the spring auction met its budgeted goal. Yay! Yay! Come on, let's hear it! This is the second biggest fundraiser this congregation has throughout the year, second only to the pledge drive. And you guys killed it! Yay! So, yes! Okay, now, let's just relax a little. I want to tell you a few more things. We now have, for Change, we are, this quarter, going to be bringing our offering to the Mesilla Valley Community of Hope. Many of you know the work of this group. It's to promote the dignity and empowerment among the homeless population by providing shelter services, case management, income support, and permanent housing programs in Las Cruces and Dona Ana County. We, as a congregation, have long supported this effort in a variety of ways, so I'm happy to see it as part of our Change for Change. Please be generous at offering time. In the gallery, again, we're stars here. We have so many talented artists, and they're being celebrated through the Church Members Show, which is ongoing from now till the end of May, I'm going to say. May 25th. Thank you, Kathy. The gallery will be open today until 2, and it's open on Fridays and Saturdays from 10 to 2. So please, make some time in your schedule to stop by and see the remarkable work that's there. The auction and statements. Many of you know that Haney's had pneumonia. Lynn's been tied up with hospital visits, so she's gotten a little behind in the paperwork, but she'll get the invoices out via email today or tomorrow, sometime in the nearest future as possible. So be prepared, get those checkbooks out, send them back in, because we need the money. Anyway, and those of you who are offering events at your home, you'll get a list of the winners so that you can start contacting them and getting ready for your events. And the last, I think this is genius. For the little free pantry, all of you who are gardeners, who have fresh fruits and vegetables that are coming now as a result of your efforts, why not consider giving them to our little pantry, the excess that you're not using? And that way, the volunteers can figure a way to put them together and offer it to those who come to our little free pantry. And that's all I have for you this morning.
Is it you? Okay. Oops.
Buenos días, Iglesia.
Oh, I forgot one more thing. So sorry, I'm over 70. Sometimes the memory is a sieve. According to your order of service, you will notice that there are some people in our village who are not here. Kelly Ingram is with family today. It's Mother's Day, right? Eric Ramirez is with family in Arizona. Again, Mother's Day. Rich, however, is sick. And we have behind the piano, Sandy Nielsen. So,
Buenos dias, Iglesia. Will you all please rise in body or spirit and join in singing our gathering song, Here We Have Gathered.
Good morning and welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Las Cruces. We welcome you, especially youngins, which I don't see a whole lot. Yeah, there you go, yeah. Whether you're here in our sanctuary or joining us via YouTube. I'm Mark Sakonarak, your service associate. Our beloved minister, Rod Thompson, is in the pulpit. Now, here comes the funny part. Rich Richens, who was going to be sitting in for Eric Ramirez, who's out, he's our music director, is not here, and Kathy's going to be, as you probably already know, leading us on a lot of our songs, and Sandy Nielsen is playing the piano for us today. Yay. Kelly Ingram's not here, so we're not going to have our time for all ages. Thank you. Elwin Nunn and Allison Claire Neal Wallace are assisting us on camera and audio, respectively. Mike Yaxko is connecting us to our YouTube attendees. Diane Lee and Jillian Lang, as usual, prepared this beautiful chalice table. Our greeters are Lisa Stevens, Tom Packard, and Jane Ash. Now, we want everyone to feel the warmth and openness of our community. Our greeters, as always, focus on that, so you can too. It takes courage for folks to come here for the first time or return if they haven't been here for a while. So if you see folks you don't know or who appear to be alone, step up and engage them, or just say hi and welcome them. Hospitality is offered today by the membership committee. They have arranged for coffee, light food, and conversation to be enjoyed by all in the RE building just down the breezeway after the service down that way. We are all delighted to be with you. If you are visiting or joining us for the first time today, we'd like to meet you. If you're willing, would you please raise your hand or rise in body or spirit to introduce yourself by telling us your name and where you're from, or if you wish, a little about why you came. But wait until I bring the mic to you. Do we have any visitors, hopefully? Oh yes. It's working? Oh. You. Go ahead and stand up. If you want to. You don't have to.
I am Lupita Monzon. I live in El Paso, Texas. I am Andrea's mom, and he is my grandson. Thank you.
Thank you. I know I saw more hands. There you go.
I don't speak English. I don't speak English.
Do you speak Spanish? Some people do.
Okay. Bueno. Buenos días. Yo soy esposo de Lupita. Mi hija es Andrea y mi nieto es Teddy. Vivimos en El Paso actualmente, pero somos de la Ciudad de México. De la Ciudad de México venimos. Tenemos ya más de 30 años viviendo aquí en Juárez. Vivimos. Okay.
Gracias.
Soy Eduardo Domínguez. My name is Eduardo Domínguez. Eduardo Domínguez. Sí.
Gracias. Yeah.
Good morning. My name is Carlton Hinkle. I'm just here visiting for the first time. Been back in the area for about 4 years and just thought I would come check out your community. So, thank you.
Thank you. Did I miss anybody? Do we have anybody on YouTube this time? No, okay. Sometimes we do. Okay. You aren't visitors up here. Thank you and welcome. We're glad you joined us today. Be sure to fill out a welcome card or provide us your email so we can invite you to our many other services and activities. If you were reluctant to come to the mic, you can fill out a welcome card anyway to receive our invitations. Unitarian Universalism has no creed or dogma. We are a covenant-based church, meaning that we agree to live in relationship with each other according to the Unitarian Universalist principles in our congregation's covenant of respectful relations. We embrace diversity in all its forms. Everyone is welcome. You can learn more about our church at our website, UUCLC.org. It's time for our chalice lighting.
I will make fire.
Thank you. Thank you. Our Mother's Day chalice lighting today is by Claudine Dean Oliva. We light this chalice for mothers and mothering, to celebrate those who have taken on the task of nurturing a young one, baby, child, or youth, into adulthood, to celebrate those who have nourished the light of truth and compassion in growing minds and hearts, to celebrate those who have committed time, money, energy to the growth of others in this world. We light this chalice to celebrate and hold dear this flame of love.
Mark's doing multiple duties today, as we all are. My opening words are from Katie Lee Crane. May means Mother's Day. I'm going to trust Hallmark and daddies and 6-year-olds and grown-up kids who are mommies themselves to honor the Mother's Day among the mothers among us, as they deserve to be honored with brass bands, flying flags, breakfasts in bed, and kitchens cleaned up afterward. A wish for those mothers, a Memorial Day full of love and laughter. Sadly, I don't trust Hallmark to remember the feelings of the women who don't fit in Mother's Day in quite the same wonderful way. There are no cards on the racks for women who gave up children for adoption, never to see them again. No cards for women who face the painful and difficult choice to end a pregnancy. No cards for women who desperately want to conceive and bear children and cannot. No cards for women who have lost children of any age, or for women whose children have abandoned them in anger. There is little consolation for them on a day so full of motherhood. Every year when Mother's Day rolls around, I wish there were just a little less hype about traditional motherhood and a little more acknowledgement of the not-so-traditional mothers in our midst. People who come in all colors and shapes and sizes, genders and ages. And more than anything, I wish there were a lot more sympathy for those who suffer because, as mothers are being honored, they don't fit in quite the same wonderful way. Let us honor them all on this day. Women who conceived, women who bore, women who reared, women who lost, women who let go, women who made other choices, and people of any gender who mother. Happy day. May each of you know your worth to all of us. Now I invite you to stand as you are willing and able to join in reading together our covenant and then singing the doxology in English and in Spanish. Love is the doctrine of this church. Christ's truth is our sacrament, and service is our prayer. To dwell together in peace, to sing college in freedom, to serve others in community, to the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with creation. Thus do we covenant with one another. I invite you now into a period of quiet for reflection, repose, meditation, and prayer. As a way of focusing our time of silence, I'm going to share this Prayer for All Who Mother by Victoria Weinstein. We reflect in thanksgiving this day for all those whose lives have nurtured ours, the life-giving ones who heal with their presence, who listen in sympathy, who give wise advice, but only when asked for it. We are grateful for all those who have mothered us, who have held us gently in times of sorrow, who celebrated with us our triumphs, no matter how small, who noticed when we changed and grew, who praised us for taking risks, who took genuine pride in our success, and who expressed genuine compassion when we did not succeed. On this day that honors mothers, let us honor all mothers, men and women alike, who from somewhere in their being have freely and wholeheartedly given life and sustenance and vision to all. Dear God, Mother, Father of us all, grant us life-giving ways, strength for birthing, and a nurturing spirit that we may take attentive care of our world, our communities, and those precious beings entrusted to us by biology or by destiny or by friendship or by fellowship or fate. Give us the heart of a mother today. Let us enter into the silence. So be it. Blessed be. Ashe and Amen.
Would you all please rise in body or spirit and join in singing our opening hymn, number 91, Mother of All. Mother of all in every age, in every clime adored, by saint, by poet, and by sage, your praises I have soared.
With apologies, I go back to Fulgham and his second book, It Was on Fire When I Lay Down on It. But that's not the one I'm reading today. For 25 years of my life, the second Sunday of May was trouble. Being a minister of a church, I was obliged in some way to address the subject of Mother's Day. It could not be avoided. I tried that. Mind you, the congregation was quite open-minded, actually, and gave me free rein of the pulpit. But when it came to the second Sunday of May, the expectations were summarized in these words from one of the most outspoken women in the congregation. I'm bringing my mother to church this Mother's Day, Reverend. And you can talk about anything you want, but it had better be about mother, and it had better be good. She was joking, teasing me. She also meant it. Year after year, I tried to get it right. Somehow, having had a mother and having known quite a few firsthand didn't seem to count for much. I had never been a mother. So what did I know? I did give it my best, I swear. Tried to deliver on the one hand or on the other hand sorts of balanced, evasive sermons. You got that. Quoted a lot of big-name authorities, read sensitive poetry, avoided chancy jokes and gratuitous advice. But the Sunday never passed without half of the congregation thinking I was a hypocrite for not laying it on the line about mothers, and the other half thinking I was an ingrate because I didn't lay it on the line with a trowel on how wonderful mothers really eternally are. What's a minister to do? I think it's your turn again.
For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. We are our grandmother's prayers, and we are our grandfather's dreamings. We are the breath of our ancestors. We are the Spirit of God. We are mothers of
Unlike Foljam, I have hardly ever needed to do a Mother's Day service because the women in the churches I've served wanted to do it in my stead. In fact, this may be the first time I've ever done a Mother's Day service. Sorry. As I thought about what I might say on Mother's Day, my thoughts naturally went to my mother, Jean Lois Miller Thompson. Still, as I thought about mothers, in reality, I think I had 3 mothers, including Auntie Blodwin Miller, writer, and Grandma Miller, better known to the rest of her family as Sis. In fact, a restaurant in town named a hamburger after her. She was a little woman, but this was the Big Sis sandwich. I've often talked about my father, for whom I was named, which meant growing up I was always Little Rodney. But today I want to talk about my mom, then a little about Auntie and Grandma. First, let me put my family into perspective. I was born first, so I was the experimental model. My brother Fred was born 2 years later, before Dad was drafted. And my sister, Susan, was born 4 years later, after Dad returned from the Army. Mom finally got her girl. We lived in a working-class neighborhood in Canton, Ohio, not far from the steel mills and the zoo. We could hear the lions roaring when the windows were up. And so we grew up in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, after World War II saved us from the Depression. So as soon as Mom and Dad married, Mom quit her job and became a housewife, as was expected in those days. My Aunt Margaret was the only Miller girl who continued to work after she got married. As I think about Mom, there are 4 words that come to mind: soft, calm, proud, and loving. Now, Mom wasn't fat, but she was never thin either, as far as I could tell from the early pictures. So her hugs were always soft and comfortable. No matter what chaos was going inside or outside the house, she was always the calm one. And when I say proud, I don't mean she was proud of herself. She was proud of her husband and all 3 of us kids. And her love was always evident, no matter what I'd done or hadn't done. Unfortunately, I also remember that she was not a good cook. She boiled everything, including the meat. Thank you. We didn't know any better, but she loved music, sang at church, of course, with her sisters growing up. Maybe that's the reason the radio was always on in her kitchen, playing 40s big band music, which turned out to be the music I grew up with. Of course, she was active in our church. We had only one rule: when the church is open, we're there. We had 3 apple trees in our yards, so she was always making lumpy applesauce. You got to have some of the apple in the applesauce. I mean, good. And she always took applesauce to the church and family gatherings. Let me talk about a little bit about Auntie. She and Uncle Don had no children, so we 3 kids and our cousins got all of her attention and love. She was my second mother, but without the discipline. She and Uncle Don were the ones who added the clothing and special extras that were beyond a postal worker's income. She was a good cook, though for some reason Jell-O was what she took to the potlucks. And I credit or blame her for introducing me to cream-filled donuts. They are still my favorite, which maybe you can tell. Then there is Grandma. As a second-generation Welsh immigrant, she was a little woman who ruled the roost. Once the grandchildren came along, we were the focus of her love as well. And she was a great cook. Since she lived through the Depression, she insisted that we clean our plates. She would always remind us, better bellies burst than good food go to waste. Sometimes it felt that way. And I remember her being always busy, especially as the hostess of our family gatherings. And yes, I did have another grandmother. In fact, we shared a double house with them for several years. But Grandpa was the focus of that part of the family. He was the one who brought home the ice cream from the dairy. I know not everyone has had such a soft, calm, proud, loving set of moms as I had, but I think that explains a lot about who and how I grew up to be. So I posthumously thank them again for their nurture. Now that you have heard my thoughts on my mom for Mother's Day, I would really like to hear your thoughts, good, bad, or indifferent, on this Mother's Day. I know this is the second Sunday in a row that we've had the Stones and Water, but I'd like to offer you the chance to share your Mother's Day thoughts, and either thoughts or not, and put a stone in the water. I'm even going to hold the microphone, so if you have a thought that you want to share, I would invite you to do so. And of course, if you came down this way, we could have a nice, okay? All right. So, those of you who would like to share, okay, yes, you finally pushed the button. If you have a thought about your mother or Mother's Day in general, now's the time to come up, and please do.
I'm hearing steps behind me. Oh. You guys are welcome to. I'll hold it.
Okay. My mother filled our house with books, and she read the Odyssey to me before I went to school. And she would say to me in English and in Spanish, "Mija, if you don't understand, ask me." So of course, if I didn't know what's a siren, or who's Odyssey, or Odysseus, and it was just wonderful being, so that for me confirmed travel was important, and meeting new people was important. So
Thank you. Thank you.
I think we had the same mother. She was wonderful and loving, but she couldn't cook with a darn. I learned how to cook out of self-defense.
Yeah,
So,
there you go. Thank you.
I also had an auntie who had no children, and she gave wonderful hugs. And she was part of me until and she still is, even though she's no longer living.
Este es para dar la bienvenida a los papás de Andrea, a Eduardo y Silvia, porque para hablar, para oír las cosas que ustedes han decidido a nosotros, me recordé de mi suegra, porque por medio de mi esposo, yo he tenido una suegra maravillosa de Gómez Palacio en México. Y hemos pasado tanto tiempo con ella. Fue un regalo a mí para tener una suegra con quien yo estoy tan enamorado después de la muerte de mi mamá. Entonces, y gracias por venir sus padres aquí. Okay. I can translate later for anybody.
Gracias.
Oh, he gets to hold it. You don't want me to take over, huh? You come up here with that. My mom, I think she was definitely not a disciplinarian, but she'd come home. She worked full time all her life, and she'd come home every day after long day's work, and she did the cooking, and I would spend time every day when she came home while she was cooking and talk to her every day. And I think that ended up being more important to me than I thought, and she really ended up shaping me morally and I don't know. In a lot of ways, she was like everybody's mom. Anyway.
Thank you.
My mother was my best friend. I remember when we were young, I too was the oldest, and the four of us would be laying on the floor in front of the stereo. She would play us classical music and teach us to cook. And I loved her very much.
So I was thinking about I've been thinking about my mom quite a bit because you may have noticed that I have a cast on my arm. The only other time that I had a cast, I was 2. And I was with a friend playing next door, and he tried to carry me upstairs. And it didn't work out well. He dropped me, we fell down the stairs, and he landed on top of me. So I had a cast that time. And something that I learned is don't, when you're outside playing, stuff rocks down your cast, which I did, but not this time. So she was great. She was a lovely woman. She was just a hostess. She enjoyed people. And when we walked to school, she would come to meet us when we walked home, and often with warm cookies. She was great, and she shaped us in a lot of really good ways. My father, because we had a boy, my brother and me, I was a favorite because I was his little girl. And that evidently caused some friction from time to time. But we lived well, we had a great family, and I feel really blessed. Thanks.
My mother was, she was Swedish, and she told Swedish jokes at the church, she told all sorts of Swedish jokes. She was also a beautiful singer, sang, was a paid soloist downtown Minneapolis and also different places. And also, my mother and I would play, she could kind of play the piano, but I was a lot better than her, and I was 12 years old, and we would play a duet, and my mother would be, floundering along on the second hand, and I would be just wonderfully playing in the right, and we would just laugh and have such a good time doing it. So she was a good, loving mother to me and my 3 brothers.
Thank you.
I know, my mother is sitting in the audience, so I know I will miss saying things that I want to say, but first of all, my mom was a wonderful cook. I do not take after her, but I didn't boil meat either, so. My mother is my best friend, and she's helped me raise my kids. I divorced when my kids were young, and so she got to be a mother to my kids, for which I was so grateful, am so grateful still. She gets to be my neighbor. I am so lucky that she lives across the street from me now, and I absolutely love it. She always says, I don't know if you really want me there, and I'm like, no, I do. And it's wonderful, and our neighbors notice us going out in the middle of the street and meeting up. And they're like, it's so cute, but it is. It's wonderful, and I am so proud. Mom, there's so many things I want to say, and I'm not even beginning to touch on them. I love you. And I'm so blessed. She nearly died twice in the last 3 years, and I'm so lucky to still have her here and a part of our lives. So.
I'm grateful for not having to speak about my mother posthumously. I'm here for my mother's 90th birthday a couple days ago. She's supported me in various stages of my life. She's a great conversationalist, and I'm not applying for a dating app for her, but I love her dearly, and I'm grateful to be here. Thanks.
Well, I won't dare speak on my mother's cooking because I know that she's probably listening. She's good at baking, though. She's gotten. But I'm thankful for all the support that my mom has given me, especially in the last couple of years. A lot of trans people are pushed away by their families and don't continue to receive, that love of their parents in their life. And so I'm glad that my mother has been so supportive of me personally and in my career. So I love you, Mom, if you're listening. I'll see you in like 5 minutes.
Well, I'm lucky enough to come to church with my mom every week on Sunday, so here she is, and she's definitely been my best friend, and she's the most kind and giving and just has unconditional love for me, I know, and I'm just so grateful to have her. And she'll be 87 in a week, so yeah, she's pretty amazing.
Well, my mother was a Universalist, and she devoted her life to being a champion for social justice. And she used to say to me, Janie girl, you can be anything you want to be. I hope that you will choose to be kind to everyone.
And you are.
My mother was the eldest of 6 children. They grew up in a coal mining town in West Virginia. Her dad worked in the mine part year, and then the rest of the year he was in the oil fields somewhere else. She was tall and very thin and white skin.
And I remember as a child going to the zoo with her, and there was a film crew at the zoo at the same time. And one of the men ran over and grabbed her and said, "I need you for the next scene." She was a good-looking woman. But the problem with her life, I think, was she was the only one in her family that got several weeks of business school, and she learned to type and took shorthand. So she worked the rest of her life. My father was kind of strange about starting businesses and having problems, and so Mother was always there to take up the slack. She worked hard at day and then night. She had to come home to 2 daughters, and we were not the best daughters. We did not help Mother a lot. I would now, but I was too stupid to do it then. And she used to say, "Sandra, Jean, when my mother made me work, I worked. I did the dishes for that whole family, all 6 kids. What do you do?" And then her younger sister Marjorie told me once, "Your mother didn't do that. She hid the dishes in the oven."
Okay, that's the best laugh of the day.
Many of you knew my mother. She was a gentle person, very kind, but she was also sensitive to injustice. I only saw her get angry a couple of times. It's always on behalf of someone else. She lost contact with most of her family, including her next youngest brother, because she became a Unitarian Universalist, and he was a born-again Christian. I'm going to use that term very loosely. And I think that probably made her very sad. She never complained about it. She just was adopted into my father's huge liberal, laughing, crazy insanity, which Ellen very kindly adopted when they got married. So I think my mother was perfect.
Well, my mother, I brought her to the service with me, but she's doing what she does best, which is help me with my son. I think she's out there somewhere. Mamá, te quiero mucho. Gracias por venir conmigo. And yeah, just thank you to all the moms and mother figures everywhere. Just thinking about you all.
Thank you. Anybody? Okay, thank you.
My mom was a great mommy. When I grew up, however, we did not get along at all. We reconciled about 6 months before she passed, and she asked me for forgiveness. And I was blessed enough to hold her hand while she passed. And that meant so much to me to be there for her for the time.
Thank you for sharing as we recognize all who mother to us. Okay, changing hats. The operation and outreach of our church needs your input and, of course, your contributions. This is the perfect time to think about what you can give back. In a moment, the greeters will pass among you with their baskets. But before they do, I should remind you that we support organizations identified by the Social Justice Committee with our Change for Change program. The recipient for this quarter's donations, as has already been spoken about, the Messiah Valley Community of Hope, whose mission it is to promote dignity and empowerment among the homeless population by providing shelter services, case management, income support, and permanent housing programs here in Las Cruces and Doña Ana County. Please give generously.
Little baby told God, hey, I'm kinda scared. Don't really know if I wanna go down there. From here it looks like a little blue ball. That's a great big place and I'm so small. Why can't I just stay here with you? Did I make you mad? Don't you want me to?
God said, oh child, of course I do. But there's somebody special waiting for you. So hush now, baby, don't you cry. 'Cause there's someone down there waiting whose only goal in life is making sure you're always gonna be alright. A loving angel, tender, tough, and strong. It's almost time to go and meet your mom.
You'll never have a harder touch or a warmer touch to tuck you in. She'll kiss your bruises, your bumps and scrapes, and anytime you hurt, her heart's gonna break. So hush now, baby, don't you cry. 'Cause there's someone down there waiting whose only goal in life is making sure you're always gonna be alright. A loving angel, tender, tough, and strong. It's almost time to go and meet your mom.
When she's talking to you, she's sure you listen close. She's gonna teach you everything you'll ever need to know. Like how to mind your manners, love and laugh and dream. She'll put you on a path that brings you back to me. So hush now, baby, don't you cry. 'Cause there's someone down there waiting whose only goal in life is making sure you're always gonna be alright. A loving angel, tender, tough, and strong. Come on, child, it's time to meet your mom.
Let us honor them all on this day. Women who conceived, women who bore, women who reared, women who lost, women who let go, women who made different choices, and women of any generation who mother. Happy day. May each of you know your worth to all of us today. So may it be. Blessed be, Ashe, and Amen. I think we get to sing again. This time it's 204, if you'd stand as you're willing and able.
Please rise and join in
What did
singing
I
number
say?
402. 402, From You I Receive. And the words will also be on the screen. We're going to sing it 3 times through. We'll just repeat it 3 times through. From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live. From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live. From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live.
You guys need to set up again. I invite you now to join in the saying of the words for the extinguishing of our chalice. The words, if you don't already know them, are on the screen. We extinguish this flame.
Oh, it's happy Mother's Day from your daughter far away. Loving wishes, hugs and kisses. Happy, happy Mother's Day. I am thinking of you now, and I'll try to tell you how much I love you and I miss you on this happy Mother's Day. Oh, Mom, I hope you know that I always love you so. Not just the one day when we all say happy, happy Mother's Day. Oh, it's happy Mother's Day from your daughter far away. Hugs and kisses, loving wishes. Happy, happy Mother's Day. Oh, it's happy Mother's Day.